This is Pod Populi, podcasts for the people.
Welcome to the Palm Beach Current. I'm Chris Moody, your host. On today's episode, we talk education here in Palm Beach County, and we are joined by none other than the great Dr. Denise Spirou, a longtime educator in the area here and principal of the Greene School. I hope you enjoy the conversation. Happy to be joined by Dr. Denise Spirou, the principal of the Greene School. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Yeah, so we're blessed here in this area to have some great schools, and I might be a little partial because I know Denise and have a lot of background here, but I thought this would be a great opportunity for people in the community to learn a little bit more about the Greene School, understand, what it's all about, meet you, and talk about that. So let's dive into it. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your background. How did you get here?
Okay, well, great. I love that question, and it can go so many different ways. I wanted to become an educator from the age of 8 years old. I used to play teacher in my basement with my sister and take our bar stool and turn it around and make it like a little podium. And I had a chalkboard up, and my sister was funny because she didn't behave well. And I would say to her, you need to behave like you do in school. She was like, I am. So I just always knew that I wanted to help children. I was not a straight A student. Everyone seems to be surprised when I say that. Teachers back in the day, in the 80s, 70s, 80s, taught in one way. And I couldn't get it the way my teachers taught it. So I would go home and I would make up games and I would make up songs. So a story I remember in high school is we had to memorize this big piece from Shakespeare. And I would take my friends and I'm like, you know what? Let's just practice it together. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Let's not come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. So that's 35 years. I still remember that. So I'm like, you know what? I am going to become a teacher. I'm going to make sure that every single one of my students are successful and they learn. And whether that's me getting on the floor and lying down with them and helping them learn their multiplication tables, or it's me, sometimes I would do cartwheels in my classroom to motivate the kids. So that's how I started my journey in education. And then I started working in a private school down in Florida. And the old saying, when you do something well, you get more to do. Well, I was doing a lot, and my principal at the time said to me, you know what, Denise, I think you would be a great administrator. And I said, okay. I just did it. When my boss asked me to do something, I do it. And I became an assistant head of school and then became a head of school of another private school. I was there for 16 years. And then 10 beautiful years ago, the Greenes approached me and said, we are starting this brand new private school in West Palm Beach, and we would like you to join. I said, so what does that look like? And they said, we want to start a school where every student succeeds. So, of course, that touched my heart. We want small class sizes. We want personalization. And we want to make sure that the academics are rigorous, but also creative and fun and warm and loving. So at that moment, I felt like I hit the educator jackpot, because who gets to start a school from scratch,
right,
using all of the best practices and doing everything that you love?
So looking at that, the Greene School, I think, has become a pretty amazing place in such a short time. What do you credit that to? Obviously it's been a lot of hard work from you and from Mr. Greene, but beyond that, what makes the Greene School the Greene School?
That's an easy question. It's our teachers. The teachers are the heart and soul of our school. They are passionate, they are knowledgeable, they are loving, they are caring, they are warm. And again, they have the same philosophy that I carry in my heart, that we want to make sure that every student succeeds. So teachers will send home emails, you know what, I think your child could use a little bit of support like this. Come in a little bit early. Or, maybe this is something that you can do at home. Because if you come to a place where you're loved and you're welcome, you're going to thrive. So I always use this analogy. Think about when you go into your favorite restaurant and they say, oh, Mr. Moody, I'm going to get your Arnold Palmer ready for you. That makes you feel good, right? Because they know who you are. Every single one of our teachers knows every single student. I just had an example today where a student came out of the car and she was crying. And I said, "What's the matter?" "I miss my dad. My dad's, he's away and he's not going to be here." I said, "Well, why don't we FaceTime him a little bit later on?" So we validated her feelings, and then we were able to get her to talk to her dad later on. So just things like that teachers do that just go above and beyond to make kids feel special.
Right. I mean, I look at it from my experience there. The Greene School has something called Fun Friday on a number of Fridays throughout the year. And I still don't know how you do it, but every student in the school will have their birthday and go up in front of everyone, and you know every single person's name. Is that something that came naturally to you, or is that something that you work really hard at? I mean, what does it take to get to know every single person in the school so well?
Well, as I get older, it gets a little bit more challenging. But yes, it's definitely effort on my part. So when I greet the kids every morning in car line, I make sure that I know their names. This year we had about 50 more students, so it was a little bit more challenging for me. I go into the classes, making sure that I'm just observing and watching them. I go talk with them at lunch. I go talk with them at recess to make sure that I know every single student.
Right. Obviously, you guys have had some changes going on. You have the high school now. There's always different things going on. Tell me a little bit and tell the audience a little bit about the high school, because I think a lot of people still associate the Greene School as, started elementary, you had added middle school, and now it's high school. So what does that look like? If I'm a parent listening to the show right now, we've heard all these great things about the elementary school, and the high school is so new. It's such an interesting time for kids as they come out of middle school, go into high school. What's your ideal candidate for the Greene School? What are you looking for to bring in there for your ninth grade students?
Thank you for asking that, because high school was never the plan. And just because of the success of the lower and middle school, we decided to do the high school actually based on parent requests, because they were having an amazing foundational education. And then it just went back to traditional when they went to other area high schools. And there's a lot of wonderful independent schools here. It's all about fit. It's all about culture. We only have 30 to 40 students per graduating class. We are intentionally small because we want to make sure that we personalize their education. So if a student needs to take a math class, let's say it's statistics, and there's only one student that needs it, we provide that math class for them. So we don't just have the curriculum and say, you have to fit into the curriculum. We say, what do our students need? And we will make sure that we center our curriculum around what they need. Obviously, our college counseling program is extremely personalized for the students. We start that in actually middle school. We start prepping them, making sure every year we do a touch point with our college counseling program, making sure that they are prepared for that. Also, I'm really actually impressed with our sports. I mean, we are looking for bright, curious, and joyful learners. If you would have told me 10 years ago we would be, on the map for our sports program, I'm like, maybe not. Our sailing program is phenomenal. We've been competing in regattas, top 5, and we just started our team. Our girls' volleyball team is phenomenal also. And then also, I'll go back to our teachers. It always goes back to our teachers. A lot of our teachers have their doctorates. They've taught at universities, so they know exactly what our students need to be successful.
Right. I mean, I think you should take a victory lap or two here, because there are so many things within the school that I don't think if I wasn't more familiar with it that I would know of, right? I mean, you have a chess program, you have a world-class tennis program, you have a debate program, the musical theater show every spring. I mean, people come to that. And every year I've come across people that say, wow, I've never seen anything like that. The stage, the set, the costumes look Broadway quality. Talk a little bit about those programs and some of the highlights of people that the kids that you see the great things that they're doing.
So I love that, because it goes back to the teachers and their passion. So let's take the musical theater program, drama. Ms. Demery came to us our third year we were opened. We weren't even looking for a drama program, but when I met Ms. Demery and the energy and the passion and the enthusiasm she brought, I couldn't say no. But I said to her, I'm like, well, what's a drama program going to be for our students? We're not, producing these theatrical students that are going to be on Broadway. She goes, no. She's like, probably less than 1% will be future thespians. She goes, but what it will do is it will give them confidence. It will help them with their speech and debate. It will help them with empathy because they're getting into character and they're learning about somebody else's feelings. They're thinking 3 steps forward. So that's one example of how a teacher's passion brought to the school and brought a program. Another program is our aeronautics program, where we had our middle.
Yeah, this is really, I mean, musical theater is amazing, but we share the bond of aeronautics, both being pilots. So that is exciting. But yes, please share this, because I think this is very atypical for any school, never mind an elementary school, to start this.
Right. But again, it goes back to the teacher's passion. So if we find teachers that are passionate, that's going to, trickle down to our students. So our middle school, 5th grade science and math teacher said, I'm a private pilot. I would love to bring aeronautics in. And I was dabbling, in aeronautics before. I didn't have my full pilot's license at the time. And I'm like, well, absolutely. What does this look like? She's like, well, I need some sims. I said, okay, fantastic. So we brought that into the middle school. And then having friends, being pilots, I'm like, well, I got to get my pilot's license. So at 51 years old, I figured, well, if I can do it, my students can do it. Now what we're doing is not only they're getting their pilot's license, but in the high school, we're building a plane.
Okay. So the kids that want to do this will actually study to get their pilot certificate before they leave Greene.
That's the goal. So you can get your pilot's license, as you know, at 17 years old.
Right.
And we're providing them with the ground school. And
that's amazing.
We're looking to partner with Lantana and seeing if they could, fly over there.
Right. And they are working in gliders and things like that already, right?
Correct. So our 14-year-olds can get their glider's license. One of our students got their drone pilot's license already. Yeah.
So these are the types of things. I mean, I think if you go through a whole school, you don't often hear about all these different things that you can do. And, for the Greene School compared to other schools, I mean, yes, every school has their own thing, but I think what makes this such a community is all the different things and how everybody comes together there. So it's truly special. I think, what has been your most memorable moment as an educator in that school? If you had to choose one thing that comes to mind that brings it all together and says, this is why I wake up every morning to do this, what does that look like?
That's a really difficult question because there are so many answers for that. It's hard because I love seeing the kids, and, the best part of my day is getting a hug from them, pulling out their teeth. As you know, I've pulled out your daughters.
I've heard lots about this.
Teeth. I think probably if I had to narrow it down, it would really be our parent community. As you mentioned, our Fun Fridays. Our parents are not just there for their kids. They're there for everyone's kids. So when I see a student be successful and all of our children and all of our parents are rooting them on, that melts my heart. I mean, it's so amazing because in a world where it's very egocentric and it's all about me and with social media and look at me, our families are not like that. They want all of our kids to succeed. So I would say that, it's not a definitive moment. I mean, I could say, when we built our, middle school, when we, launched the high school. I mean, there's so many wonderful things. We've done 3 buildings in, 9 years.
Right.
And we're getting ready to break ground as we enter our decade of excellence on another academic building and a squash court. So I'm sorry, I can't answer it with one.
Understood.
Answer.
I mean, fair enough. There are a lot of amazing things going on there. I think all in all, if you look at the entire scope of everything that's happened there, it truly is an amazing place. And I think we talked about this the other day, but you look at, I don't care if it's an 8th grader and a 1st grader, a 10th grader and a 3rd grader, all these kids know each other and they look out for each other and they take care of each other. They mentor each other. And it truly is special to watch that every single day. I learn a new name every day from my kids because they worship the older kids and they take care of the younger kids. So I think that's really cool. All right. Now we'll do some fun things here. Okay. So with every guest, we like to do rapid fire questions. Mm-hmm. I think this is fun because everybody learns a little bit something new in the whole area. So we'll rapid fire some things here at you. Favorite restaurant in Palm Beach County?
So I'm a steak gal. If I had to choose one, I would say it's Okeechobee Steakhouse.
Okeechobee Steakhouse.
Love that
place. They got voted best burger or second best in the whole county.
And they have an amazing happy hour too for the food.
Perfect. All right, good. What's your best volunteer opportunity out there if people wanted to do it?
So the Lord's Place is a beautiful opportunity to go and to help families do that. You can help serve, you can help donate. I'm really particular to that because it helps families a lot.
Okay, excellent. Small business you love to support.
So I try to do online ones, but if I was to pick local right here, I love Gardens Pharmacy. It's a very mom and pop place where I just go in and, get my Band-Aids and supplies and support them. And they always call you out by name. It's something
Perfect.
special to me.
That's a good touch every time. Your hidden gem. What's the hidden gem around here that no one knows about? I know these are tough to give up.
So it is, because I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
But in North Palm Beach, there is a little park called Anchorage Park.
Okay.
And I used to go there and just sit, and it's a little beachy area,
Yeah.
and just kind of get in my meditation and Zen, and nobody is there. It's beautiful. I used to take
Perfect.
my kids there a long time ago too.
Love it. This is a good one. You get your chance to tell anybody that's listening right now one piece of advice you'd give everyone here. If you ever have a thought where you say, I want to just tell everybody this, what is it?
Just be a good person. When you are a good person, everything goes well. And life is just beautiful, and be grateful.
I get that feeling when I drive here.
Yeah.
The majority of the time.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. What's one thing you can do here that you can't do anywhere else?
Well, just hop on a plane and get to the Keys or the Bahamas in under an hour. We have paradise so close to us, and it's just amazing because you can do so many staycations. You think about when you go on a cruise and you drive 30 minutes to the cruise port, these poor people flying in, from upstate, New York and everything. It's a beautiful place to live because paradise is right in our backyard.
It is true. There are so many things here within an hour drive, an hour flight, whatever you want to do. I'll ask a bonus question to you since you have the pilot side.
Okay.
What's the one place that you and your husband like to fly to? Because I know that you guys fly quite a bit. And why?
Okay, I love that question. It's actually marathon.
Okay.
Stone crab season starts October 15th.
There you go.
Through May. So we literally just hop in the plane. We go to this great place on the water. And of course, the name is escaping me. Oh, Keys Fishery. And they have the best stone crabs. And you know how costly stone crabs can be. You get basically like 5 stone crabs for $35, and they're delicious, and they were just caught.
Perfect. That's amazing. This is good intel. I would have never known this. All right. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you if they want more information about the Greene School or any questions for you?
So info, I-N-F-O, at the Greene School, and Greene with an E on the end of it, .com is the best. I'm also on LinkedIn, Dr. Denise Spirou. I check that all the time. I have a Facebook page, Growing the Gifted Mind with Dr. Spirou as well.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for
so
having me.
much. And we'll see you for the next episode.